Hello Year 9, so today what we're looking at is exercise 1105, which is translating problems into equations. So what you are to do is questions 1 to 4 parts A, C and E, question 5, 6 and 7 all parts. So for questions 1 to 4, I'm going to do part B for you, and then for questions 5, 6 and 7, I will do part A for you. So part B is very similar to parts A and C and E. So hopefully this will help you how to do these questions. So for question 1B, if I multiply a number by 4, the answer is 100. So we want to find out what this number is by using an equation. So we're going to let this number be n. So we're going to go n, and then we multiply this number n by 4. So we write n times 4. And the answer, so it equals 100. So what we want to do from here is we want to find out what n equals. So we want to do the opposite of times by 4, which is divide by 4. And when we divide by 4, we get n equals 100 divided by 4 equals 25. So if you were to multiply the number that we have found, 25, by 4, we get the answer of 100. For question 2, we have for 2B, we have is 5 is added to a number, the answer is 22. So we have our number, and we're going to let our number equal n again. You can let it equal any pronumeral that you want, A, X, B, M, anything that you want, but I'm just going to do n for number. And we are adding 5 to this said number, so n plus 5, and the answer is 22, so it means it equals 22. Now we want n by itself, so that means we want to eliminate plus 5 from both sides. So the opposite of plus 5 is minus 5. So we're going to minus 5 from both sides, and that leaves us with n equals 22 minus 5 is 17. So that means if we were to add 5 to 17, we would get 22. Question 3B, we have 5 is subtracted from a number and the answer is 22. So we have 5 is subtracted from a number. So that means we have our number first. So we have n, our number, minus our 5, or subtract 5, equals our answer of 22. Now what we want to do here is we want to do the opposite of minus 5, which is plus 5, and we want to do this to both sides. When we do this, we get n equals 22 plus 5, which is 27. For question 4, we want to divide a certain number by 8, and it gives an answer of 7. So we're going to let our number be n again. We want to divide by 8. And it equals 7. Now the opposite of divide is times, so we're going to times both sides of our equation by 8 to get n equals 7 times 8, which is 56. Now, so all of questions 1 to 4, part B is very similar to all of them. You must just note that in question 3, we have some different types of questions. So we have I subtract 3 from a certain number, translate to the number minus 3. So they've used X here, and I subtract a certain number from 3 translates to 3 minus X. Now, X minus 3 is not the same as 3 minus X. So it's very important to note that. We're going to have a look at question 5 and 6 now. So question 5, I'm going to do part A, and question 6, I'll also talk you through how to do A. So question 5A, we have a number is multiplied by 2, then 6 is added, and the result is 14. Now, instead of doing n for our number, I'm going to do A, or actually I might do X this time. Might do X, and so we have our number X is multiplied by 2, and then 6 is added. So we have plus 6, and the result is 14. So that means it equals 14. So I'm just going to write this as an equation. So x times 2, we know that's 2x, plus 6 equals 14. Now we want to solve this equation. So our first step is to subtract our 6 from both sides, because we don't want that plus 6 there anymore. So we write 2x equals 14 minus 6 is in fact 8. Then we don't want that 2 there, so we want to divide both sides by 2, because right now our 2 is attached to our x by times, so we're left with x equals 8 divided by 2, which is 4. For question 6, there's only part 6A, so I'm not going to go completely through this question. I'm just going to set it up for you and let you finish it yourself in case you need help with this one. So question 6A says, I think of a number, I double it, add 3 and the result is 33. What is the number? So again, I'm going to let my number be x. So I'm going to write let number equal x for this one. Okay, then I want to double my number, so double it. So when we double something, it means we multiply it by 2. So I'm going to go 2 times x, which equals 2x. I then want to add 3. So that means I'll have what I had above, so 2x, and then I add 3, and then the result is 33. So therefore, I've got myself an equation of 2x plus 3 equals my result of 33. All right, so that's how we work through the question to set up an equation. Now, all I've left you to do is to use this equation here and to solve for x. So you should be getting rid of the 3 and the 2 from this side in a particular order to find out what your x value would be. And finally, question 7 says solve each of the following problems by first forming an equation. So I'm going to do 7a for you, and then you can do b, c, and d by yourselves. So question 7a says if 5 is added to 3 times a certain number, the result is 38. What is the number? So as you can see, all of these questions are very similar. So the first 4 questions were setting you up with doing your different operations, and then questions 5, 6, and 7 are combining to have like a 2-step equation involved. So 5 is added to 3 times a certain number. So I'm going to go 3 times x, and then I add 5. So because 5 is added to a certain number, so I'm going to have that certain number first. So it's going to be 3 times x, which is 3 times a certain number. 5 is added to it. The result is 38. So again, just like all of these, we want to solve this equation. So we want to get rid of the plus 5 first. So we subtract 5 from both sides. We're left with 3x equals 33. Then we want to get rid of the 3. So we divide both sides by 3 to get x equals 11. So now you just need to have a go at those questions. Okay, remember you can check your work. So how you check your work is you sub your number back in. So we'd have 3 times 11 plus 5 equals 38. And then in your calculator, just go 3 times 11 plus 5 and you get 38. So because both sides of our equal sign are balanced, they're the same, it means that we have got the correct number. Remember, if you have any questions, please inbox your teacher.